good morning, and welcome back to the Nerve, where we react, share our opinions, give feedback, etc. Today I have, and let me get in here real quick. Yeah. So today I have this video we're about to cover called Black Fatigue. Wait, let me get it right. White woman finally addressed black fatigue. One, what is black fatigue? Well, I guess it's where you tired of black folk is what I'm looking at. And I want to give a shout out to Anton Daniels, who is the creator or host of whoever put this up. But it looks like it's um a lady that is about to share her black fatigue. And then there are some black women and their reaction to it. And I am going to be, of course, reacting to that. But the very first thing I want to do, if possible, is this. I believe I can fly. No, maybe that ain't it. Oh boy. Can I switch? I just work better this way. Can I switch? Yeah, thanks. There we go. All right. So let's get into it.
That don't belong to them. Ask any kindergarten teacher. But I realize why so many people are wanting to defend this, because black fatigue is real. I think society as a whole is there. We are just so unbelievably fed up with the ghetto ratchet behavior, entitlement, the victimhood, that they want to praise this woman. But what she did is not praiseworthy. But also on the same hand, please remember that every day that us white people get on this app, we get called racial slurs every single day. So if you don't want to be called a racial slur, you also have to stop calling people racial slurs. She'll be watching her back for the rest of her life. Yeah, because that's not thuggery, hoodrattery, animalistic. This is why people have black fatigue. When you act like this, it's not normal behavior. People do stupid stuff. People say stupid stuff. That's life. It's not normal to threaten to unalive people because you don't like what they're doing. We're getting sick and tired of opening up TikTok and seeing brawls on cruise ships, brawls in the airport. It's like literally the most ghetto behavior. We're tired. We're tired of it. But then whining and complaining and acting like it's not your fault that you act that way. Yeah, we're kind of over it.
Ooh.
I'm not, it sounds like she's referring to someone who did something and now grouping it. I mean, if you were actively listening, the lady was talking about a certain incident, then grouped it into black fatigue. But let's hear what a lot of other people have to say. And mind you, it seems like it was posted like probably 5 months ago. But I stumbled across it and I'm interested, so I'm watching it. So let's talk. Let's see what
She said a lot.
Absolutely.
Yes. One mic, go ahead.
I'm kind of glad they're standing up for themselves. It's
Standing up
like
for
they just
themselves.
was being weird with all the Black Lives Matter signs, saying shit that they really don't mean. I feel like everybody has a right to say and do whatever they feel like doing. And you do too.
Mind
It's
you,
called
the
free
brother
will.
on here is the host.
You can be
You
racist,
see his name.
your choice. I think you should allow people to be exactly who they are so you know who you're dealing with. I think everybody just like to be lied to. They don't like reality.
Okay. So did
I think
anybody screw her?
I think it's more ghetto fatigue, if anything, because
Yes.
if it's
That's a better
it
way of
can be
saying it.
black fatigue all you want, but I'm tired of all the ghetto hot mess too. So I see it mostly in the black community. However, I see it
It's not always
with
in the
all
black
skin tones.
community.
I educate my daughter personally to call people the color of wheat. We're all different shades of wheat. There's nobody that's black. There's nobody that's white. We're all different shades. We're all human. But it's the ghetto hot mess that is. I'm tired. I am tired of it.
Yeah, I think there are many the black like
I would agree that
Go ahead, Dylan.
to was it Miss Freckles, her point that because the black community is already a small community, even when you have a small portion of people that's promoting the degeneracy, the ghetto behavior, the not knowing how to conduct themselves in public spaces, it gives a whole bad reputation for the black community in itself. So I think she's just saying like the black community, you really don't have room to be acting ratchet, ghetto, hood, and like you don't have any common sense when people before us sacrificed a lot just to make sure that we can get an education and have jobs and have our families. Least you can do is conduct yourself like you have sense and like you've had people to fight for you before you even born. So that's that.
Yeah, but gentleness and dignity is not boiled down to just black people though. Like let's not act like black people are the only people fighting on cruises or the only people who have out of pocket behavior. So I don't like the term black fatigue, but I do think that there is a group of people who exhibit certain behaviors that could go into that category.
Wait, hold on. I ain't never seen no white people fight on no cruise line. Maybe it's my
get out
white people be fighting too.
They do be fighting. You just don't see it because you got Black Twitter and then you have the opposing.
But it's not a norm. It's not
Black
a
Twitter.
norm.
What does that mean?
How would we know?
Like,
Nikki, are you white? Would you know? I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Exactly.
well, I'm around white people a lot, and I'm around black people a lot. But let me first, I want to make my point about the video. I don't think that I'm not mad. I get it. Like, what's your name? Nara.
Yeah, Nara.
Yes. Nara. I do agree with her. Like, I was kind of like, okay, I've been seeing white people, they're starting to stand up for themselves. But I don't think it's necessarily that they even think so much about us, like black people think they do, that they care about the ratchetness because it's affecting us. But I think the main issue is we keep blaming them. And that's why
How are we blaming them?
Because they're tired of both behavior, but the main part is we're blaming them. Black people blame the white people for every issue and everything that's going on.
No, we don't blame them for every issue
No,
that's
I
going
don't
on,
believe
but
that.
there's definitely some things that
they
they played a
contribute
part
to.
in, but we're not saying they're the
Well, there you
total
go.
blame for that.
But nobody says that.
That's not true.
Like
I
nobody
nobody.
just don't say that. The loudest voices are not saying that.
What are they?
I'm actually surprised you're saying
Who's the
that.
loudest voice?
What are they responsible for today that we need to blame them for?
I will say that due to a lot of things that have happened throughout history, that does bleed into society today to some extent. I don't think that some of the segregation or some of the things that went on within the black community, I don't think all of that has completely went away. Now, are there more opportunities for black folks to succeed? Yes. Do I think that black people play a part in their demise sometimes? Yes. But I also think that on the flip side of that, there is some truth to there still being some bias out there. There's still being some racism out there. And I will say that maybe it's not as blatant. And maybe sometimes white folks can be unintentionally biased when it comes to certain things, or they might have unconscious thoughts that they're not intentionally trying to be a way, but maybe they just are a certain way based off of how they were raised, who they were around, some of the things that they heard and so forth.
Intentionally or unintentionally or blatantly or subconsciously causing harm to black people today.
To an extent, but everybody has bias. It's not just limited to white people. Black people have bias too.
Give me an example. Give me a literal, like a
Hold on.
consciously causing harm to black people.
I want to
today.
hear what his actual question
So you
was.
think that white people are intentionally or unintentionally or blatantly or subconsciously causing harm to black people today?
To answer his question, yes. I see where he is trying to kind of manipulate the conversation. Hopefully homegirl can stay on task, and hopefully she's smart enough too. But yeah, let's get back
To an
into it.
extent, but everybody has bias. It's not just limited to white people. Black people have bias too.
Give me an example. Give me a real concrete example.
Of what? Being like unconsciously biased or like blatantly biased?
How are they causing harm to black people today specifically?
The systems put in place.
White fragility or like white tears. When we talk about corporate America or in the workspace, right? For an example, sometimes you do have, and I've heard stories like this where when black women have felt boxed in the workplace based off of how they identify, and a lot of that can be due to experiences or interactions that they've had with white women, or let's just say
this is new to me. So
well, let me explain. For an example, you might have a white coworker who's very passive at work, but then, for an example, if a black woman addresses the situation, she could, now I'm intimidated, or she did X, Y, and Z, or she made me feel away. So there are some ways that maybe white folks can still be harmful. They could be biased in a way of, I gave that example before where I had somebody say, well, why can't people?
Well, hold on. I don't want you to jump over examples because I'm slow.
Okay.
No, you're just ignorant.
I'll be trying to catch up.
But I do believe a lot of it is.
Hold on, Jess. Let me ask my question.
Okay.
Well, while she's answering your question,
what did they feel? What did the black women feel in the workplace?
For an example, there have been situations where, and I've also I've felt this before, where I've had a coworker who did not identify as black, and they were very passive in the way that they handled things that affected me. Now,
what should they have done? What should they have been more aggressive in?
Not necessarily aggressive, but if there's an issue, if there's something going on, I think there's an appropriate way to address a coworker, and there's a very passive aggressive way to do that.
Like what? Give me a real example. What happened?
I would rather not get into that on this particular platform, but
yeah,
I will say that I have seen that happen where
because a white woman was passive about how y'all felt that they should have handled the situation, that somehow affects.
Well, they were passive aggressive in a particular work situation that happened. So something happened at work that caused a rift between two co-workers, and the white coworker was very passive aggressive in how they handled the situation, whereas the black woman was more direct in the situation. The white woman ended up going to higher leadership saying, hey, I feel intimidated about she's angry, she's X, Y, and Z, and gave all of these different outliers or all of these different characteristics to this black woman who just said, hey, like, what's the issue? What's the problem? Who was very direct, but wasn't angry, didn't have all of these stereotypes that typically black women sometimes get in corporate America working period.
So it sounds like y'all making up stuff to be offended by.
No, it's the white woman's playing victim. It says
that's a real thing.
How is it?
It's a real thing.
You hear this, brother?
So is it Deja?
Yeah.
All right, what's going on, Deja?
How you doing?
So white women are playing victim, which then
at times
says that
they
black
do.
women are being affected by their victim mentality. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that happens. So my first opinion is not happening at large in my world. I'm not having that. But what I can say is what happened. No, hear me out.
I'm listening.
I have friends. They tell me their experiences.
Your friends gave me a telephone. I like it.
See, I don't know if I deal with him. I don't know if I care for this guy.
Most of the time is, we're very direct when we speak. And white people have a way. Just white people in general, they have a way.
So hold on, wait. So let's minus out. Let's minus out. So y'all got an attitude problem, okay?
No one said no one has an attitude problem. You see about this guy. I oh my God. Black men like this disgust me. Men like this disgust me. Actually, people like this disgust me. Because you know exactly what she's saying. You're trying to twist her words to make it sound like something. No one said anyone, Never did that woman say black women have attitudes. But that's the first thing that want to fall out his mouth.
Hold on, let's
saying-
have this
Let me
conversation. Let's have this
explain.
conversation.
My
So,
point.
wait. All right. So y'all got an attitude problem that y'all don't
See
want
that?
to address. And instead
Wow.
of y'all being a cultural fit and adjusting to the environment that you're in, you expect for the world to adjust around you. All right, keep going.
No,
No, not
one
once
did
did
that
she.
way, but that is not exactly
I'm
what's
sorry,
happening.
Jess. I'm sorry. You said you didn't really want to go into your example and be
I'm
specific.
just saying, if,
Please.
if
So give
black
me a
women are
second.
recluse for that very
Is this are you exhibiting black woman attitude right now?
I don't have the attitude. See, now I feel like you playing.
But I'd like to
No,
be heard.
I'm just trying.
I don't have an attitude. I would like to be heard, and I don't want to be cut off. And I don't want you to put words in my mouth that I know I didn't say. How about that? How about that?
To
I'm not
understand where
following.
this
Go
aggression
ahead,
is
girl.
coming
I'll
from.
finish your
Why
example.
What aggression?
why are black
What
women
aggression?
interrupting me when I'm trying to talk to another black woman?
You just cut her off like 3 times when she was trying to explain something. You just cut her off, asked your questions 3 times. But now that she's trying to correct the false narrative that you just interjected into this other black woman's mouth, now you want to talk about somebody cutting you off and you can't talk to this other black woman. It's sad.
Go ahead, sincerely. Help me to understand. So bad attitude, workplace, go.
I honestly don't
Imagine
know.
this.
I honestly don't know if I'm gonna get through all of this because this guy is full of shit, and I just don't know if I'm gonna really be able to get through this whole thing because it's kind of pissing me off. I don't like the way he is going about this, but
Right. Imagine a person, you and her
get
have
into
a
it.
regular work rapport, regular relationship, nothing bad, nothing good, just a regular work relationship, right?
Mhm.
Then you have an incident where the white woman may feel maybe intimidated, maybe she feels like you do your job better than she does. Her job, whatever the case may be. I don't want to get into just like just a specific example, but let's just say that's the case, right? Instead of the white woman just saying that, oh, I don't like this about you, I don't like that you do your job better than me, or I don't like, let's say, let's use your example, I don't like that your personality is the way that it is. I don't like that.
Is that what they would say? I don't like that your personality
wait
is
for a
the way
No,
it is.
they wouldn't.
where they can feel like, oh no, she did, and then no one cares about the situation at hand when a white woman is crying. They just care about making that person feel safe and feel comfortable in that situation. And then it can negate that the person, let's say the black woman, didn't do anything wrong. She did nothing wrong, but the white woman is
But it
portraying
still
it
seems
that
like
she
it.
is.
Yeah.
So what happens to that? How do you then get disciplined?
Sometimes if it's the HR
There's not.
situation, it would be HR's discretion, but you can get wrote up. You can
Nobody
say that,
nobody is writing you up for making somebody feel
oh,
uncomfortable.
you just
That's
don't have
not true.
Yeah,
Obviously, you ain't in the
yeah.
workspace
No,
with
no,
us.
no,
I think that's
no,
what
no,
do.
Tell them what your experience was.
Stop.
say that
Nobody is getting.
See, that's what I don't like. How are you going to tell me what my experience is as a black woman in the workspace? You're not a black woman in a workspace. So now he's in disbelief, talking about ain't nobody gonna do that to you. Yeah, it happens. It happens, bro.
Written up. Nobody's getting put on a pip. Nobody
Yes,
is
they
getting
are.
written up
Yes, they are.
because
Yes, they are, Anton.
Maybe Anton is trying to say it shouldn't get to that point, but we're saying like people abuse their
It
position
happens.
of power and authority and will manipulate being able to do so. And I actually have an example. One that just
you got an example. So all of y'all been discriminated against in the workplace. Okay,
no,
so
this is
that's
about
all right.
All of y'all.
I-
Well, it happens. Fool.
I did.
Okay, no. Let's get to Dalen.
I can't. I don't know if I can deal with
you
homeboy.
did
He doesn't sound.
exceptionally well today, so I want to give you a compliment.
Today.
Go ahead, Dalen.
Today.
So at my previous job, there was a black female coworker and a white, or should we say like a Hispanic one, but it's more like
So wait a minute, wait. I'm sorry, Damon. Give me a second. So
Okay.
all of these things that y'all saying is hearsay. You heard it from a person
Oh,
that heard
no.
it from a person,
No.
or your friend came. So
No,
none of
they
you
just
actually
if you were active
experienced this.
listen, if you were
All of this stuff that y'all telling us
listening,
is stuff.
stop. If you were active listening, you would know that they've already said, I'm not divulging it, but it has happened to me. And it has happened to plenty of people that I know. Okay. So it's not that it has not happened. They're trying to let you know you just have this, I don't know, defensive wall up for some fucking reason, and you're not being receptive to what's being said to you.
That you heard from a person that you heard from a person, right?
Well, I could give my own example, but I like telling other people's business, not my own.
Well,
Wow.
no, because I'm confused. How do y'all know of all I hear is gossip?
Oh no, this could be
No,
some half of
this
the
is not
story is
gossip.
verifiable. I'm gonna
Oh
make
my
it brief.
God.
Okay,
The
go ahead.
black, okay, so a situation occurred where the black female, the black woman was, I guess, receiving some attributes and accolades at work, and she was sharing it with someone, the white woman whom we had a mutual rapport with. And she was intimidated because certain
He
people in
already
our
rolled his
department were
eyes.
getting raises. We got like 3 raises in like the
How do
first.
you know she was intimidated?
Well, because we'll talk. Because I remember one day my salary came up and she figured out what it was, and she was like, "That's what y'all make." And
Wait. Why would your salary come up? Why would you share your? You know that.
Why are you getting so in detailed with it? Why don't you just let her tell the story? We're trying to get to the part where, you know, the discrimination or whatever is happening. Why are you trying to go to, he's trying to lead her down a different road because she's about to make sense and he doesn't want her to make sense. So now he's nitpicking into the story, which has all of these questions are irrelevant to what the end result is, and he don't want her to get there. That's what people do.
Wait, hold on, because for some reason y'all don't understand that I've ascended to the highest levels of corporate America.
yes,
That is not something that you are supposed to share with your coworker. Why are you sharing unless you work?
Let me say, of course, salaries are not to be shared, but it fucking happens. So if you're so, you know, inclined or in corporate America, you know that it happens. So I don't even know why that was even a question. I'm trying to get through this with this person, but I don't know if I'm gonna give this guy no more love in my or energy in my life.
In a public sector to where your salary is then being able to be looked up on the internet by everybody and people can research it. If you work in a private sector, your salary is not supposed to be shared in the first place. So how would that come up?
I agree with that.
Oh, what?
So it came about that our company was going to do market value pay increases, I guess. And
yeah,
this
competitive
individual,
pay.
for a fact, did hear it
You
from
know what
another
it
person
is.
in my department who was bragging because one, you know, people that don't have no money, when they get some, they want to tell people. So she confirmed it with me, trying to like get the word of mouth. Is this true? Are they doing this for people in your department? So because I didn't say yes or no, people take a no answer as the answer that they're already leaning towards. So fast forward. So this other individual, they kind of bumped heads. So when she was like, "Hey, I did this and this is going on. I built this program and, you know, I'm a mentor for this person now." And this white woman said, "So what do you want, a freaking gold star or something?" Zoom. She was muted, but she was like, when she unmuted, she told me, "I don't want fucking shit from you." And then that white woman went telling everybody in the office, even in other offices.
All right. So the black woman was inappropriate in her communication, and then the white woman went and told.
Wow.
Right.
Inappropriate. I think if you are telling someone, "What do you want, a freaking gold star?" Because if the black woman said that to her, then she would be deemed as aggressive. Why are you propositioning
I'm
or
saying that if you want, what do you want?
No, it's true. If she said, "What do you want, a freaking gold star?"
Because if I use a,
she would have been. If a black woman would have said, "What do you want, a freaking gold star?" she would have been aggressive. She would have been a hater. She would have been irate. She would have been all these other things. And even if the woman said, "No, I don't want fucking anything from you," you know, Oh, because she said fucking instead of freaking, then she was inappropriate in the workplace. Get your black ass out of here. I can't. Yeah, this Anton dude won't be taking any more of my energy. And mind you, this is something that he posted, like, I guess 5 months ago.
Word.
Okay.
Well, she could have said freaking or fucking. I don't know. But
so now you're adding to it. Okay, let's get it.
It's not an adding. See what I'm saying about him? I'm cool. I'm cool off this guy.
I think it was freaking because that's what a white woman would say, but they will drop an F-bomb too.
Putting a little bit of seasoning on it to make
it
a little bit more spicy.
Yeah, fine. She cleaned it up for the
fucking in the workplace that they're doing that's conducive to.
Okay, so let me ask a question because I see you adding a little bit of seasoning.
No,
she's not adding anything. Oh my God, she cleaned it up for the fucking platform. The girl could have said the F-bomb. She cleaned it up for the platform. You want to say now she's mixing the whole motherfucker. I'm done with this dude. I really want to get to the conclusion of, and I really would love to hear the rest of the women speak, but this guy, no bueno. No bueno.
No Laurie's on there. So let me ask you a question.
Laurie's, that's too much salt.
Let me ask you a question. Why y'all can't just shut the fuck up and do your job?
We do when we quiet as a problem.
Hold on. That was a rhetorical question because I know that that's impossible. You gotta gossip. You gotta go and share. You gotta go and talk shit. You gotta do the games.
And it's all us,
you want to
right?
see somebody that looks like you inside of corporate America in order for you to feel comfortable. All of that shit, right? We know that that's a thing. Why y'all can't just go? No. Why y'all can't go to work, do your job?
Obviously, I'm done with this.
You know why? Because if you don't go to work and you are reserved, people say that you are hard to work with, difficult to work with.
Yeah.
Why don't you come to the Christmas party? Hey, we're going to whatever for a happy hour. If you don't want to socialize or force yourself to be likable, then you're deemed as a person that is not going to be up for promotion. That's not going to be up for raises. You're going to be deemed as difficult or hard to work with. But if you do get personality or whatever, then you pose.
You can be nice. You can be nice and be professional and just do your job and just go home. And nobody.
That's what I was gonna say. Why this can't be regular?
You would think so. Oh, okay. That was the end. Thank Allah. Let me get up out of here. He didn't say much. There was no resolve. Yeah. There was no resolve. There was no anything with him. It sounded like he was just on the side of, I don't even know. This is the weirdest shit to me because I don't think that they ever even addressed what the white lady was talking about. Black fatigue. I think it should be definitely corrected. It's not black fatigue. It's called ghetto behavior fatigue. And plenty of people do it, not just black people. That's what I really want to sum up. And if you take anything from this, take that. And Anton Daniels or whatever, scratched, no bueno, trash, definitely not for the community. And definitely does not uplift our community. It sounds like he's into trashing it and making a false narrative, knowing the things that happen to black people. I don't even want to get into it. I think the guy is definitely anti-black. Wouldn't be surprised if his last name is Ruckus. That's Uncle Ruckus. That's a real Uncle Ruckus for you. All right. That's my time right now on this one. I just had to react to that one. And thank you guys. What's your comments? I know that this was a resurfaced one, but I'd love to hear your feedback. Love to hear your comments. Thanks for watching. Thanks again for tuning in to The Nerve. Until next time, I'm out.